How's it going, my friends? Are you well? I hope you're well. So this is that larger 30 litre smart pot that we were going to do the potato reveal from earlier on. I just had to take a break to, I forget. Oh yeah, water, water the garden. You can see there things are coming along really well. We'll do an update really soon. So yeah, let's tip this one over. I actually don't know what the variety is because I haven't been able to write it on. But it's going to be Charlotte or Queens, and once again it's rough compost. Look, straight away there's another wee stone. It's not interesting. So let's see how we get on here. Oh, there's a slug at the bottom and some insects like little flies and ants or whatever, and there's a little sweetheart there. Hey darling, 2 minutes, she's looking for her bowl, so we'll be as quick as we can. There's 2 slugs and I'm more than happy to see them, and I'll be putting them somewhere safe, like probably the vermicomposting set up or somewhere in the garden so that they can continue doing their thing. Okay, my friends, so bear with me just as I negotiate this pot away from the substrate. Just 2 wee seconds, guys. Oh, it doesn't want to come off. Wow, it's really stiff. Yeah, okay. So I had previously just cut the haulms off with a pair of secateurs. There's the previous pot there, and that's the wee harvest. And I've been able to negotiate this off. Oh, it looks like there's Charlotte. Can you see that? Really excited. And there's some life. There's a roly-poly and centipede and a wee ant. So that's great to see. Or I'll say roly-poly, slater or isopod will also suffice. Now, yeah, you can see it's proper rough compost. There's little twigs and stuff, but no problem there. Oh wow, this looks like it could be nice. That's a beautiful Charlotte. I really do love these Charlotte, and they yield well as well. They've been a perfect complement to the British Queens because really bully there. They are they're totally different. The potatoes are the British Queens are dry and flowery, and these are kind of creamy and a wee bit, not waxy, but maybe you could say that. There's a nice worm. So look, we can see that it's still living soil. It is bone dry. It's not maybe as dry as the previous pot, but with this type of life, we know that there's an active soil food web here, so we're really pleased. This is ideal, and once again we'll be using the compost straight away. And yeah, let's get on with this reveal. I'll stop ganching on, you know what I'm like. Oh, wow, there's some beautiful worms there. You always find them in and around the root system. They love the bacteria associated with the root system of the potato plant, and that's a beauty. So I'll just be a wee bit more careful. Sometimes I'm a wee bit rough, I don't mean to be. And obviously I'll get these guys into a safe place real soon. We'll just get this reveal done. There's the big boy. He's looking for his bowl too. They're a wee bit unsettled because they are looking for their bowl, and they should have had it really about half an hour ago, but I've just been a wee bit busy with watering, and then Porrig arrived down as well, and I wanted to chat to him. There's some more worms. Oh wow. So we have a lot of worms in here, guys. European night crawlers, or Dendrobiana. Really nice to see. Those are the ones from our wormeries, our vermicomposting setup, so we know that the likelihood is that this soil came from there, or our compost bins. There's a little stone. It just sometimes happens whenever it's in the driveway, you know. It's just the way it is. Whenever I harvest the bins, I just kick them over, and sometimes that happens. No big deal. We'll just throw that away. And we'll get on with this reveal. Sorry for talking so much. I'm trying to look for there we are. There's the old seed potato, and it looks like there's been a baby worm has hatched in and around there. So maybe the worms are laying their cocoons near the food source, which would be the bacteria associated with the root system, and especially the bacteria breaking down the potato. Plenty of food there for the worms, and you can see there's lots more life as well. There's another one of those boys. Now I know a lot of people say that those guys eat worms, but as you can see they get along well and they figure out the balance. In my context, I'm not saying that that's not true, and in your context maybe they do devour all your worms and it's a big problem, but here they seem to get on great, and yeah, the populations of both are completely fine. Okay, my friends, so I can see that there's a few that are still on this, that are small, you know, and I'm just going to set them to the side with the worms and the haulms, and I'll put those into the vermicomposting bins. Those small potatoes will sprout further down the line, but it's no big deal. Some more worms. Sorry, I think I'm taking too long, so I'll just speed it up a bit. But it's, yeah, the soil's quite, I'm surprised at the soil, because now I suppose it's only recently, big chunk of wood, it's only recently got dry, to be fair now, so these insects have probably, you know, been able to find moisture pockets in the last 24 hours. So now I've did the smart thing and brought along a container in advance for this reveal, so we can actually have a look without me running away during mid-video. So I'll start to pop them into this container and we can see what the yield is. But so far I'm really pleased. The potatoes are absolutely gorgeous, not a mark on them. The variety is Charlotte, they're a second early. I think I actually got the idea of growing Charlotte from Steve Digwell Greenfingers. I think he speaks quite highly about them. I think it was Steve. I was just a kind of British Queens only kind of guy for years, but I've added that to the repertoire now, and for the last couple of years. So yeah, really pleased with that. I'm definitely really pleased with these potatoes. They're just stunning, and they taste just amazing. Like, I really do like them. I'm going to keep them going for, every year now, as long as I can, obviously universe permitting. Now take that wee one off, and then we'll pop these haulms just over with the rest, and that's all for the vermicomposting bins or the compost bay, or just to throw back on the land to regenerate the land here and feed the soil that's already there. Stacks of worms, guys. I'm trying to be, can you see them? 1, 2, 3. Now, I haven't come across any worm cocoons yet, but definitely the insect life is fabulous. So if these guys do eat worms, which I'm not suggesting they don't, they certainly don't eat all of them. Yeah, really impressed with the insect life in this reveal, guys. It's really what I hope to find. If you've followed my channel over the years, you'll know I get a wee bit carried away with this. 'Cause for me, it's kind of more exciting seeing the insect life that's here than actually the potatoes, because it's kind of really, for me, a measure of how good my soil is and where it's at. And I think it's very clear that this is A-grade stuff, and I will happily use this again, which I'm actually going to do. That's actually the reason for the harvest. I've got loads of potatoes, but I want this compost because I want to plant some more potatoes. There's a wee bit of plastic, that sometimes happens. It's just inevitable, but you always find it whenever you're going through the bucket, so it's not too bad. It's normally a wee piece of plastic, as I said before, that is attached to like the cardboard that would be going into the vermicomposting bins, or like an envelope. You know, sometimes you miss that kind of cellophane from the envelope. Gosh, guys, this is a really nice yield of potatoes. Just gonna, there's a worm cocoon. Oh, I'm really pleased to see that, because seeing those young juvenile worms, I was sure that they were breeding in here, so it's really nice to see that. I think I've lost it now. Let's see if we can find it again. I hope I got it on camera for you to see there. There was a wee worm cocoon. Maybe we'll find another one. I don't see it. I think I've moved it. I think I moved the camera to see a centipede. This guy. I think it's a centipede. If someone wants to correct me, I'm not 100% sure. I always get kerfuffled on the videos. They're always live. Like, I don't edit them together and like do research or anything like that. It's just off the top of my head, you know, the score. Yeah, gorgeous potatoes, guys. Like, it is an absolute thrill to reveal them. I hope you're enjoying this and it's not too boring. And you're, yeah, what's that? That's a little, I actually recognise that, look. A little pink lady sticker. Probably everybody recognises that. Now, those are inevitable to get in your compost. Look at the speed of that guy. Wow. Do you see the speed of him? Like Speedy Gonzalez there. Can't get over the life in here. It's just fabulous. Definitely the most enjoyable reveal I've done so far. Mostly because the biology's just on fire. So what I'm going to do is, after this reveal, I'm going to tip this. Wow, look at this guy. I'm going to tip this soil into the wheelbarrow along with the 20 litre buckets worth from the previous British Queen's reveal, which may be the earlier upload to this, or like an earlier part of this video, I'm not sure yet. And then I'm going to moisten it with a watering can of Supersoil and dechlorinated water. I would say rainwater, but it's not. I've actually been filling the rain barrels with tap water, letting it sit for 24 hours, and then mixing in some Supersoil. Small amount. I've used a 1 acre bag, and I've still got plenty left. You just use like a gram or two type thing. I actually put in less than what they recommend, because I know that you can, if that makes sense. Like, it's not. I'm really just wanting to put microbes in the water after they've been killed off by the chlorine that the what do you call it, the water people do. So look, we can see there's a seed potato here that's still quite firm. This is probably, somebody asked me about replanting them. I would say this is probably, there's a lovely worm there. This is probably a good candidate. It's still quite firm. I can see there's still some sprouts. It's actually got quite a lot still attached to it of a root system and a haulm. I actually think I could just plant it like that and it would actually grow. It's probably a good test, and considering I'm planting potatoes, I probably should do that. But I'm not really the experimenting type. Maybe somebody else wants to run with that one. Now, let's get these potatoes in. This is a real lovely yield, guys. I don't know if you've it's really nice. Probably missed some. Yeah, I'll just put that over to the side and it can go into the worm bins along with the rest of the haulms and the root systems and the spent seed potato that was a bit more used than that one we just looked at. So this was a 30 litre smart pot this time, and I would have kept it moist throughout. It's just recently dried out, and having no scab in the potatoes as well is a good kind of verification of that. But I have kept on it. It was just one potato pot that didn't get particularly moist because I had missed it. It was underneath a burdock plant, and the burdock had just shaded it out. So you can see there, it's still quite rough, the compost, but really fertile. And yeah, really nice. Have you guys seen any? Have I missed any? Yeah, that one, it's tiny. But you want to get them if you don't want them popping up, but whenever they pop it up, it's no big deal. I think just if you do potatoes in the ground, it can be quite frustrating whenever they come back, because they've got so much energy in them, and they come back multiple times. It's like a dandelion nearly. Not that we should be trying to get rid of dandelions either, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, so it's 13 minutes, far too long. Nobody's going to watch this. Nobody's going to be interested, and I totally get that, but at least it's been documented, and for those that are interested, there it is. And there we are, there we have it. There's a couple of little small ones that fallen through the holes, but look at that, guys. And it just broke the container whenever I tried to lift it. But yeah, I can tell by lifting that there's easily 4 pounds of potatoes in there. I would like to say maybe 5, but without scales, I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, it's a serious yield of potatoes from that 30 litre smart pot. So the variety is Charlotte. Secondarily, it's our homemade compost or living soil. It's had rainwater only the whole way through until about a week or two ago, where it's had some Supersoil, just because it got moved from the polytunnel into the backyard, and everything else in the backyard was getting it. So as I was watering all the potted plants here now, I've been receiving Supersoil. So the Jerusalem artichokes, the potatoes, and the oca. And I've actually avoided the blueberries. I just used a different a watering bucket, because they're just totally different. They've got a totally different medium, and I just wasn't sure how it would go down, and I didn't want to affect them. But those are little baby blueberries, and they're doing quite well. So there we are, my friends. I will leave it there, nearly 15 minutes, but we'll call that a kind of a day with the potato reveals. I'll maybe try and do this big one for you later on in the season, and maybe some of the ones that are from the ground that where we've been treated with Supersoil in the back garden here. But yeah, there was just so many, I couldn't film them all. I've got about 5 or 6 in the phone memory, but they're all like, it's just the same thing really, if that makes sense. And every single one of them, I just get distracted by the insects. Okay, my friends, so thanks very much for joining me. Thanks very much for your time, and I hope you enjoyed watching this reveal. And if you have any questions, just stick them into the comment section. You'll always reply. As usual, I hope your gardens are absolutely thriving, your microbes are multiplying, and your fungi are bursting out of your beds. From Luna, Jules, and myself, sending lots of love.